Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 23 and another part of our Immersive Driver Career Mode with Alfa Romeo. Today we are back with the British Grand Prix, one of my favourite races of the season. Certainly one that I think we can do well at. Of course, last time out, we finished on the podium. It was a risky tyre call. We went onto the hard tyres in changeable conditions. The safety car came out. It all worked out beautifully. We managed to hang on to third place in the end. I don't think we would have been anywhere near that had we been driving at full pelt in dry conditions. So it was a bit of a freak result, but Bottas managed to finish 6th as well, meaning we got some good points in the constructors for Alfa Romeo, and we are now up to 5th in the constructors this year, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for the support on the series so far. Do keep hitting the thumbs up button down below if you are enjoying, and well, without further ado, let's get into it. We have got the chassis department. Oh, they're not very happy. Okay, fair enough.
Parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Absolutely fine. We've got 2 chassis upgrades potentially coming soon, but we have dropped off a little bit from the likes of McLaren and Haas, who do seem to be a fair bit ahead now in the race for 5th position. We have managed to break the back of AlphaTauri though. Let's get ourselves into the British Grand Prix weekend. It's going to be a good one. You know, we're pretty much at the halfway mark in the season now, and I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen. Let's have a little look at the messages. Anything in there? Not by the looks of it. Okay. Interessant. And yeah, you can see, you know, we've made less progress between the last Grand Prix and this Grand Prix than other teams have. McLaren especially looking very, very good, and Williams, Alpine, they're making progress as well. It's a big fight in the midfield. AlphaTauri a long way off the pace. Red Bull leading the way, and then a 3-way battle for second quickest team between Mercedes, Ferrari and Aston Martin. Let's see how qualifying gets on here at Silverstone. Welcome along then to the most historical circuit of them all, Silverstone. And the beautiful Silverstone wing there, and there's a picture of our driver, Johan Ard, and the Alfa Romeo. And targets for today, let's get ourselves through to Q3. Pace hasn't been fabulous, struggled setup-wise, but hopefully we go into this session. I've made some changes. Fingers crossed they work, because park firm as soon as we leave the garage. Let's go and hit the road jack. Here we go then, let's go on a lap of Silverstone, and hopefully we can put in a really good time here in Q1. Obviously our qualifying form has been pretty decent lately. Pole position in Canada, and what's it, 8th in Austria in Friday qualifying, so fingers crossed we can keep that going today in front of the home crowd. Give us a couple of extra tenths. That's what we're hoping for anyway. And you can see we're about half a second quicker than Albon through the first sector, but that wasn't a very good corner there. We can keep that a lot tighter. But as we come up towards Copse, you can see how much we can keep it flat through there. Much better than anyone else this weekend. And then through Maggots and Beckett's, just all so close to track limits, but managed to get through there beautifully. DRS open, and 2.1 seconds quicker than Nick de Vries through there. Remember, this is 103 AI difficulty, and whoa, wow, we were very close to track limits there. Yeah, we are still bossing it in this Alfa Romeo car, and here we go. It's going to be round the final corner. We go up to the finish line, so 126.9, which puts us up into P5 currently, and that shows you how slow AlphaTauri are, because we are 5th behind Nico Hülkenberg, but about 3 seconds ahead of Nick de Vries. Well, we risked it through the end of Q1, and we just about make it through in 14th position there. You can see a little bit behind Valtteri Bottas, but go now in Q1, Oscar Piastri, Alex Albon, Logan Sargent, Yuki Tsunoda, and Nick de Vries. Okay, here we come into the final couple of corners then, and you can see how much we've caught up to Nico Hülkenberg on this lap, and we know how quick he was the first time round, and we come over the line to 126.6, and that puts us up into 4th place at the moment. Slower than K-Mag and slower than Norris, but quicker than certain individuals out there, such as Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Well, here we come then up to the line at the end of Q2, just about going to make the line and onto our final lap here. Verstappen gets out of the way nicely there. And fingers crossed we are going to be able to put in a nice time here. Oh, hit the curb on the inside there. We are 11th as it stands. We need to put in a better lap time. We're 2.5 tenths quicker in this first sector than we were last time. How does that compare to the cars above? We are 1.25 tenths of a second behind Ocon. That might not necessarily mean that we are going to be out here. Delta is increasing more and more, as you can see. 2.3 tenths up as it stands as we fly through Cups Corner beautifully there. And now we're going to have to give it our all through Maggots and Beckett's little lift there. And we come through, and it's not bad, but it's not brilliant. We're very slightly up on the time that Esteban Ocon did last time. If we finished the lap with this much time on our hands, we would get through, but we go a little bit wide there, and into the final corner we go. We're losing time as we head over the line. Is that enough? Is that enough? It is! 9th place and through to Q3. Just about. We knock out Lando Norris there in the end, I believe. Oh boy, that was close. That was very, very close. Valtteri Bottas is out in Q2 along with Hülkenberg, Gasly, Stroll, and the aforementioned Lando Norris. But this is all very, very close out there. Boom, boom. Well, this has absolutely been our best lap of the weekend so far. We just need to finish it off here. We managed to go flat out through Maggots and Beckett's, and now here we go up to the line. It's a 126.3, and that puts us into 6th place. For now, that was a very, very lovely lap. 3 tenths quicker than we managed in Q2. I still think there's a tenth or two on the table. That was a beautiful braking point to find into the first big braking zone of the lap, but you can see how much time we're losing all the way down the Wellington Straight. But no, very, very good, you would have to say, but probably not in contention for pole position. But at the very least, we can try and give it our all in our second lap. Oh, we're not going to make it for a second run. We've mistimed this, so that's it then.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
It's going to be 7th place for us in this Grand Prix. And, well, that's a good qualifying session. I do think we could have possibly even bet at that, but not entirely bothered. It was a good qualifying session, as I say. Charles Leclerc is on pole position with Russell in second and Carlos Sainz in third. It's going to be an excellent Grand Prix. So let's hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson to see how we get on.
You join us in the United Kingdom today, or Great Britain as it's alternatively known. Well, it's certainly a great day today as we welcome you to one of the crown jewels of British sports, a track of speed, history and drama. It's Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of Silverstone Circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, but the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, the captain, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen, Norris, Bottas, Stroll, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Sargent, Tsunoda and Nick de Vries. And now it's time to head down to the track. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once more by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the captain. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Okay then, here we are.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please.
Down on the track. Let's have a little look at strategy. Okay, and want to go hard, then mediums. I think, quite honestly, let's get in early. Let's get on those medium tyres just a little bit earlier. 7 laps, I think that might be pretty good. And that gets us possibly a huge undercut on the rest of the field as well. And track position, which I think could be very important. So let's get ourselves into the British Grand Prix. So here we go then.
Okay, so our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of this lap.
Again, qualifying pace was pretty good. I'm not really expecting to be competing with the guys in front. I think that would be impressive if we could. I think we need to get off to a good start, get heat into these hard tyres. And, well, looking at it, looks like everybody has gone hard tyres around us. I'll be intrigued to see who else is on hard tyres. Well, race leader Charles Leclerc is on soft tyres. Very interesting, and everybody from 11th down is on soft tyres. I'm guessing those are the people with brand new soft tyres to try and get through this opening part of the Grand Prix. Now, Charles Leclerc, if he gets off to a good start in this Grand Prix, could well find himself well ahead. See, these hard tyres are the hardest compound that Pirelli have, and they're struggling to get heat into them. They're trying though. So that's what's going to give us a good start if we can get one. There you go, you can see quite clearly that we've got lots of heat into these tyres now. That's surely going to give us a good advantage off the starting line, and we know we don't need to worry too much about tyre wear because we're coming into the pits fairly early on. That's okay.
Decent parking. Let's try and get a good launch as the lights go out.
Could have been better.
So that...
Here we go. Lights out, away we go. Yeah, at Great Britain, it's an excellent start off the grid for us. But we go a little wide into turn one, managed to keep all four wheels in the track though. And we're past Verstappen, past Perez and Hamilton in the P4. What a start this is to the British Grand Prix. And now Sainz having a little look at George Russell. Charles Leclerc off to a great start. Of course, he'll be looking to get out of that 1 second window to George Russell. And the British fans, they will be supporting George Russell today, trying to win this British Grand Prix for the first time. Hopefully they'll be supporting ourselves and Lewis as well, and Lando, who started just outside the top 10 today as we lose a little bit of momentum through Copse Corner. Now Max Verstappen having a little look into maggots. Wow. And well, there's Fernando Alonso. I don't really know where he came from. It just feels like we're driving a second-class car to some of the guys. Obviously, we got off to a good start, but now just being absolutely swamped. But an intense first lap, and we're up into fifth. We'll take that. Obviously, the main thing about this first stint is getting off these hard tyres, really, and onto the medium tyres, get that undercut and track position. Well, you join me on lap 3, and it's about to be DRS mayhem down the Wellington Straight. We're going to take the inside line, but there goes Fernando Alonso around the outside. Oh, this is close, side by side. A bit of a love tap through there, and he's got us. And now there's Perez down the inside all the way up to Copse. And Perez doesn't yield. He's through. And now Norris. Well, we managed to just about stay in front, but wow. Nearly lost 3 places in a corner there. And look at this. We've got DRS open, but absolutely nowhere to be found. And there goes Hamilton as well. Down to 9th, and I just don't understand what's happened to the car. This is like the early season stuff where see our qualifying form was brilliant, and then the race completely different. I'm hoping that hasn't returned. Magnussen through now, and this is quite worrying. Won't be long before Ocon's through. That's disappointing. Little nudge of the
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to
curb.
be on mediums.
Yeah. Still 2 laps away from getting on. Getting onto those new tyres. We're going to give ourselves 5 extra clicks on the front wing to see if that'll help. Attack the corners a little bit more. Oh, come on. How have we lost a bit of front wing?
Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon.
That's ridiculous. Just so slow. What the hell is going on?
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
Okay, actually, we've made an overtake in this Grand Prix. Oh, well.
Our gap to the car in front is
Absolutely
5.2
whacks
seconds.
into the side of us. Hamilton's out.
Information on Hamilton for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
That's a shame for him because he was right in the running, really. But now we've got underbody damage. That's going to make our car even worse now. Looks like Ocon did lose a bit of front wing.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
We're going to come in this lap. I mean, get lost. What is he doing?
VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive delta.
VSC. I just have no idea what on earth is going on. Like, Ocon just keeps going into the side of us. This has just been the worst Grand Prix.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Right, we're coming into the pit lane. So obviously we'll reduce the amount of time we're in there.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the green flags. VSC ending. Wait for the greens.
And we're away. And that should gain us a few seconds.
You only have to stop once now. One stop left.
I don't think so. I think we've got plenty of tyre grip for the rest of the Grand Prix. And hopefully we can get some track position, but this race has been an absolute disaster so far.
Safety car, safety car.
Oh, we've got a
no
safety car.
Reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Oh, I don't know what the safety car's for. But lots of people have dived in the pits. Question is, are we going to be able to overtake them?
Okay, be very careful. The floor's incurred massive damage.
Let's keep going. Yep, we're up to 16th place. There's Bottas in front of us. So we've lost a position to him. I think everybody will get away with it because he hasn't picked up the leader yet. There's our floor. Well, there was nothing there on the race strategy. But yeah, I think the leaders are going to get away with it because safety cars and picked them up, so I think we're going to be in 16th place.
The car behind's just boxed for me.
Right, how many cars can we get past here? There's a few in the pit lane. Oh, it's going to be close with De Vries. Yeah, he's ahead of us now. So yeah, as I say, disaster. Well, we're going to come into the pit lane.
Return the position immediately or we're going to get penalised. There's no overtaking during the safety car period.
We're going to change our front wing. And we're going to put on some soft tyres. Okay, safety car in. And we've got 7 laps to go on these soft tyres. I don't know how well it's going to go, but we had to give ourselves a fighting chance. So here we go then. We're back underway
charge is high. Let's use that overtake
at the British Grand Prix. We're caught napping a little bit.
Okay, clear.
But that's okay. So let's try and stay with Ocon and hopefully come out with something from this Grand Prix, but you can see we're already losing time. I think that the floor damage must be too bad. Well, there goes Ocon round the outside of Logan Sargent. Side by side. It's going to allow us to have a little look at Sargent ourselves and... Oh, come on.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
Where's the pit lane? Well, we're disqualified. Oh, well. That was, yeah, not a good Grand Prix, to say the least. And I have no idea what we could have done better.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Well, Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Well, George Russell did win in the end. Good for him.
Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Well, there you have it then. George Russell wins the Grand Prix. Good result for likes of Kevin Magnussen getting in the points, but disaster for us, it has to be said. I want to see what incidents we had. He got a warning for that collision. Interesting, because I don't know what the safety car was for. Who changed? Oh, Albon changed his front wing, so it might have been that at some point. Okay, interesting. Right, let's continue on. We're going to have a horrible acclaim drop here. That's not as bad as I thought, actually. But yeah, that was the sort of race that just makes you not want to play the game anymore.
It's contract renewal time, so think about if this is where you still want to be. We can try and negotiate a better deal here, but we also have the chance to look elsewhere.
Well, I mean, I don't think we'll get anywhere with that, but shall we have a little look? Yeah, I don't think I don't think we'd managed to get into any of the other teams. But let's have a little look at renegotiating with Alfa.
Here you can make salary demands to the team. Any extra over your base salary will go into your perk fund. The more you demand, the lower the chances of our success. Do make sure that you don't go demanding anything unrealistic for your acclaim level. If you do, the team might refuse to negotiate any more with you in this negotiation period.
Okay, let's go high risk. We want the money. Hey, there you go. So 1.3 million. Perfect. And that'll give us a new driver perk. What do we want? Probably, well, I would have wanted that, but... So maybe we'll just... Well, we don't actually have enough for that anyway. Let's just go for the resource points then. And there you go. We have got a powertrain upgrade coming. I'm assuming that's from the supplier rather than anything else, which should give us a decent little boost. But yeah, very disappointed with how that race ended up. But hopefully you enjoyed some of the overtakes anyway. If you did, down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.